Okay then folks, welcome back to my channel. Another video for you today, slightly different flavour to what you are accustomed to. We're going to be talking about the British flag, and I'm going to give you a brief overview, a brief history of this very well known flag. So without further delay, let's begin. First of all, we're going to look at the country that the flag represents. Here you see a map of England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. These are the four nations of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So this is the geographical area that we are looking at that this flag represents. So to get a history and an understanding of this flag, we need to go back to when these kingdoms were separate. The kingdoms of England and Scotland. Here on the right you see the flag of Scotland, and on the left you see the flag of England. I'll start off talking about the Kingdom of England and then the Kingdom of Scotland. So the Kingdom of England was a sovereign state on the British Isles, and it's said to have existed from the 12th of July 927, when it emerged from the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms like Mercia and Northumberland and Wessex and other kingdoms like that. I can't remember all of them, but those are some. Those were the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms, and they came together to form what we come to know today as England, the land of the Anglos, and that remained a kingdom in and of its own right until the 1st of May 1707, when it was united with Scotland, and then the Kingdom of Great Britain was created. So that is England. We'll now go on to Scotland. And the Kingdom of Scotland was also a sovereign state. It's traditionally said to have been founded in the year 843, and in 1603 James VI of Scotland became the King of England, and the joining of England and Scotland came together in a personal union in 1707, where the two kingdoms were then formally united together to create the Kingdom of Great Britain, like I said, under the Acts of the Union. So why did James become King of England if he was King of Scotland? Well, in 1603, Elizabeth I of England died without any children. She is often known as the Virgin Queen of England, and she chose her Scottish cousin James VI to take the English crown upon her death. So then the King of Scotland was also the same king for England. Now, until 1707, the crowns were separate. There was a separate crown in England and a separate crown in Scotland. And the parliaments were separate. The judicial system was separate until 1707, when that came together to form what we come to know as the Kingdom of Great Britain. Okay, so we've got the Kingdom of Great Britain. Now, these flags of England and Scotland were then merged together to create this flag, which is the St. George Cross of England, which is the red and white, and the St. Andrew's Saltire, which is the blue and white. As you know, this is not the current flag that we see today. This is the first Union flag of England and Scotland that dates from 1707. So we now need to go on to the Kingdom of Ireland, and this gives us an understanding of the current flag and what happened to what happened for the current flag to be the current flag. So the Kingdom of Ireland, which existed as a union between, it existed as a union with England since 1541. It was unrepresented on the Union flag, but there was the arms of Ireland on the flag from roughly 1658 to around 1660. And at the time of the Restoration, this was removed because Charles II didn't really like the design. But this flag wasn't used in England or Scotland. This flag, as you see on the top, with the little harp in the centre, was only used, as far as I know, and as discovered, only used in Ireland. Now, jumping down to the second paragraph and the second picture, you will recognise that flag. That's the flag of the United Kingdom today. So the current and the second Union Jack, or Union flag, dates from the 1st of January 1801, with the Act of Union in 1800, which merged the kingdoms of Great Britain and the Kingdom of Ireland to form what we came to know as the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So just to simplify it, you had the Kingdom of Great Britain, which was England and Scotland, and then in the 1800s you had the Kingdom of Ireland joining that union between England and Scotland to form the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. However, in 1921, the southern part of Ireland left the union between England and Scotland, and the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland was then created. The southern part of Ireland is called the Republic of Ireland and is no longer part of the Union. So the current flag is of 2022. It will be 201 years old. So the St. Patrick's saltire, which is the red diagonal crosses from corner to corner, represents Ireland. It now obviously represents Northern Ireland as part of that union. So lastly, we will discover why there is no Wales on the Union Jack. Now this is quite difficult and quite controversial, because Wales is part of the United Kingdom and is part of the British Isles, but does not have any symbol represented on the British flag. So the conquest of Wales by Edward I in 1284 put Wales under the control of the English crown, and Wales was formally united with England in the Act of Union under Henry VIII in the 1530s. So Wales, although we recognise Wales as a nation of the United Kingdom today, was formally annexed into England and part of the Kingdom of England under obviously the conquest, and then more formally in the Act of Union under Henry VIII. So that little green map to the right of the screen shows you the Kingdom of England. That is the nation, the country, the sovereign state of England. and you see there that Wales is part of that union and part of that sovereign state. Wales was a principality, and in many respects it still is today. Although that is a controversial view, Wales is a principality. It's a principality of England, and it existed between 1216 until it was formally part of England in 1536, and it became part of the English crown. Apart from a few decades, there was an independence movement by Owain Glyndŵr, and there was a brief period of Welsh independence, but that never really came into great fruition, and the whole nation of Wales never really became politically independent from England, and it's never been politically independent from England. So it's part of England in many respects. I don't know if you've noticed, but the eldest the eldest son of the English monarch is called the Prince of Wales. That dates back to the conquest by Edward I. His eldest son became the Prince of Wales, and that tradition has continued right throughout the generations of kings and queens and monarchs of Britain, and the English monarch, that is. So this is why Wales is not represented on the flag, because it's part of England, and when the flag was created, Wales, geographically speaking, was part of England, so it would have been represented by the St. George Cross of England. To simplify it, you could say that Wales is geographically represented on the flag, but not a symbol to identify the nation of Wales as part of the United Kingdom. There has been attempts in the past in Parliament. There was an MP who wanted a little Welsh dragon to appear in the centre of the flag, so that all four nations of the United Kingdom was independently represented on the flag, but that didn't come to fruition, and Wales still to this day does not have a symbol on the flag to represent their nationhood and their part of the United Kingdom. So this is the flag that we have come to know as the Union Jack, the Union flag of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. There has been disputes over the years of whether it's right to call it the Union Jack when it's on land or sea, or is it called the Union flag? Well, there has been attempts made by the Flag Institute, which is the governing body in the United Kingdom of flags. It's quite okay, they say, to call this the Union Jack if it's not on a ship or not being flown over sea or over water. It's come to be known as the Union Jack right throughout the world, even when it's being flown from buildings on land. And I often call it the Union Jack as well, even though it's not being flown from a ship or over water. So this is the British flag, one of the most iconic and most identifiable flags in the world. The red, white and blue of Britain. So thank you for watching. I do hope this has been informative, and if you would like to know more on historical flags and the history behind them, please do let me know, and I will endeavour to make another video about these topics. So thank you for watching.